Cops aren't leaving just because of pay or danger. Cops from all over, from Toronto to Ottawa, from LA to New York, they're leaving because politics has infected policing. And the good cops know it. They're leaving because leadership has lost its spine. From New York to Toronto, from Ottawa to LA, politics has infected policing. We've seen record exits of police leaving their forces in Toronto, Ottawa, RCMP, LA, Chicago, and now the NYPD with the election of the new mayor. They're leaving in droves. And they're not leaving because of the danger. The media might say it's burnout, they say lots of other things, but they're not telling you what the truth is. The deeper truth? Rank and file police don't trust their leadership. They don't trust them. The police don't believe that justice is applied evenly anymore, even for themselves. In New York, you've got a socialist mayor that was just elected, who picks policy over policing, emotions over facts, and he does not back the police. The coppers know that. The RCMP in Canada, the great national force, the redcoats, the mounted police, the everything, their reputation has taken a massive hit over the last 10 years. I mean, it's just been massive. I'm a back to blue guy, former law enforcement, and I can't believe how far the leadership has fallen within the RCMP. Everything from not investigating the Prime Minister on what are clearly, any cop right out of college will be able to tell you, is an obstruct justice charge, and they just turn down looking at it. Makes them look ridiculous, the public don't like it, and everybody knows what's going on. Not to mention their ostrich debacle, where they go for weeks and take a farm for a food inspection agency, surround it, and they go over the slaughter of 50 animals, which may yet be more of a scandal yet to come. They're being reviled because of it, and every cop in the RCMP who wears the red is feeling it all the way across the country, and they don't like it because leadership told them, go there, stick it out, and do the job. Comes back to leadership. In Toronto, it's the anti-Semitic capital of the world, I'm afraid, outside of Gaza. The policing here for 2 years has allowed Jews to be intimidated and harassed. Not doing anything about it, babysitting about it, not enforcing the law, instead enforcing a policy of neutrality, they call it. But that's not the cop's job, and every cop on the street knows it. There's something going on at the upper levels. It smells, and the police don't like it, and the public don't like it. And now the city is known around the world as the city that won't protect Jews. Not very good. And let's look at Comey and Wray in the FBI. At this point, dirty cops. Comey's very likely going to be wearing a big orange jumpsuit for his big frame. If there's one thing you don't like as a cop on the street, is dirty cops up above you. And they could see what's happening. There isn't a cop that can't figure out what was going on. And now, all the evidence is coming out. In Comey's handwriting, on his letterhead, in his writing, in his office. It's very demoralizing for the police to have leadership like this. Because you know if you speak up, you're the next to go. That's the problem here. They don't trust leadership. Now, morale for the police force isn't just a memo that someone writes or someone going on TV and saying, yeah, we're good, yeah, we're going to do this, yes, we're law and order. It's down where the rubber hits the road. It's an emotional gut feel thing for cops. They know, do you have our back or don't you? I did another video on Chicago where the police there actually did a stand down order to not protect other brothers in law enforcement. I don't even know where that comes from and how whoever gave that order is still walking around. It's the worst thing you can have for morale. Cops back up cops. You have to do it. It's all you got. And when leadership says no, that sends a rotten signal throughout the force. Now, I'm going to tell you, the problem isn't with the cops at the street level. You can get the odd bad cop. Believe me, from my experience, they're very rare. Most of them are great. And a lot of the best ones, they get in the job because their heart tells them they want to do justice, they want to get bad guys, they want to make life better. That's why they're there. Some are there for the paycheck, but The good ones are there for their heart. There's still lots of good cops. There's still lots of forces with good leadership. I know some of them. The chiefs are great. They're leading a great force. They're not letting politics interfere with doing the law of the land, what the legislature said. What the government said is law, they enforce the law. And they do it without fear and without favor to anybody. That's the only way to do the job. When too much politics gets in, it all goes south. What's it going to take? I think for many of the forces, it's going to take a complete change in leadership. At the top level, and maybe even the next 2 levels down, if they brought on hench people just to do their same thing and enforce politics throughout the police force. You need wholesale change. You need character. You need backbone. The rank and file and the public don't expect a perfect chief, but they do expect one that's honest and has honor and will enforce the law. Today, the problem isn't necessarily having more police. Some places you need it, like Trump is doing with the cities, and the good cops know it. Thank you for the backup. Let's get this place cleaned up, and then we can maintain the status quo. But you got to get ahead of the game. More cops is not necessarily the answer. What's really needed is good leadership, like the leadership that denies bringing on the extra help to clean up their cities. I don't understand that. Many cops don't want to live in the precincts and the divisions that they protect. Lots of different reasons for that. But sometimes it's because they don't like the living conditions there. They wouldn't want to put their own families in them. And you know what? They don't really like that the families that are in their divisions have to put up with that either. They see the people trying to raise families in amongst crime and drugs and everything else, and they see what a hill they're against, and they know they're just good people. What's needed is character and leadership. It's what we're going to need. My name is Ross McLean. I'm former law enforcement, former bodyguard to billionaires, and I've worked for Fortune 50 global companies, and I protected some of the most secure places on earth. Let me know if you agree with me or what you think the solutions are to the problems of why the cops are all leaving.